here's the entrance to Egan and Meat Co. City Butcher. Oh, there's like a whole like front window thing over here you can see. Oh yeah, it actually looks like a butcher place over here. Interesting. Yeah, this is a lot of cool stuff.
I think the coolest thing is like, this is all the entrance to this. Nowhere out here does it say Saw Escape Room.
It doesn't say Saw anywhere out here,
Yeah, there's nothing out here that says Solid. Unless you're signed up for it, you know you're coming here. Like,
you don't know.
It's incredible.
Look at this, there's a little spiral right there. It's pretty cool. So we just came in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have already done it.
Oh, have you really? Oh, good. Maybe that'll help us.
I'd say we good.
I mean,
There's parts where we can see everything else going on.
So I really like this as well. I'm not really into escape rooms, but I had a lot of fun with everybody we went through it with. I might have to get myself a hat. But anyways, we're gonna give a little bit more details later about everything we went through. But right now, we just wanted to show you guys the store, and we're gonna go through everything that we experienced after. So I'll let you know what we get from the store. So when you exit the walkthrough, they got a bunch of merch out here: magnets, keychains. Now they also do a Blair Witch one. We didn't do that one. We did the Saw one on ours. That hat, that's pretty cool. Little buttons and figures, of course. Yeah. So Amber, what did you think of your Saw escape room experience?
It was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I in the first room, I was way more scared than I think I didn't know what I was getting into.
Right.
So I was like way more scared than I should have been. But
Okay. Yeah.
they all worked together really well.
What about you guys? You guys have fun?
yes, this was awesome.
Yeah,
Right on.
It was so cool. Honestly, if you're in Vegas, you gotta do it, especially if you're into horror, Saw,
Yeah.
escape rooms. Like
This was the
ultimate
moment right here.
If you like any other escape room you've never experienced, you gotta check it out.
Yeah. So they opened up the Blair Witch escape room in August, and this is new. And we just got news that in September, October, they are opening up an It escape room, which we definitely are gonna have to come check out.
Which way is the camera facing?
It's facing towards you.
Okay. Why? Stop. Yeah, so they were saying that they're opening an It escape room. It's going to be both chapters 1 and 2,
Yeah.
separate mazes. It's not going to be here at this location. They said it's going to be about 5 miles away in a different building. I think she said was 3,500 square feet.
Probably. But with the
huge.
quality and everything they did with the Saw one we saw, I would definitely want to check out the Blair Witch one, but I think that one would scare me.
That
And-
she said that this is like psychological and that is supernatural.
Yeah.
And supernatural stuff scares me way
Me too.
more.
So, yeah, but it might be a good thing to come check out. It opens up, like she said, early September. So, yeah. This is kind of terrifying. We got Pigman just chilling over here, and whoa, a little close. Yeah. So we were just looking, this is the entrance to the Blair Witch one, and I think all of us agreed. We were like, I think that one might be a little too scary.
Yeah.
We definitely want to try it, but it's a little out of our real house, you know.
But I don't think.
Yeah, this is the building for Saw right here. You go in, and it very much so looks like the abandoned building from Saw. And I had to copy my brother. I got the hat. It's the only one that like is basically for the escape room. Everything else just says Saw, but this company right here on the hat is themed from the escape room. So that is why I had to get this one. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a
big group of people, which is perfect for me because I like to blend in. I don't like to have to do everything. So it worked perfectly. And we're going to go out for dinner right now, and we're going to talk about in detail our experience.
So right next door to the Saw escape room, they have sliced pizza, which is kind of cool. Bub just went in there. I'm going to go follow him and see what they got in here. And they got some games. They got a sock machine.
Thank you. Oh yeah. We'll do that.
Some disgusting little creatures in here. Pretty cool little thing. I mean, if you, it's nice that it's right next door, you know?
Yeah, I talked to them. They're still. This is like their soft opening.
Oh, really? So they're not even officially open. Oh.
And they're still getting their liquor license and everything. But so yeah, this will be like a cool spot for like horror people to come get some food, drinks, and everything before you go.
Yeah, before you go. That's a cool idea. Yeah.
No, that will be cool.
Hey everybody, so since we were not allowed to video record, we are going to talk about everything that we went through in audio form. So I'm here with the Halloween guy and the Halloween gal, and
Hello.
my lovely wife Amber.
Well, hello.
So, guys, when this thing starts, you go into like...
It's like a loading bay.
Yeah, and it starts in... We're going to just not even talk about that part. But yeah, you end up in a spot where there's like pig carcasses and lots of stuff. And you see right away when you come in, there's like crawl is on there. And you can see that somebody is going to have to crawl on the ground.
Yeah, it's Egan's Meat Company.
Yeah, and so... Jigsaw comes on the loudspeaker and basically says, like, we're going to pump some poison into this room. You have X amount of time to get out of here or you're going to die. And you have to, essentially, there's 4 people have to go through certain tasks in order to unveil the numbers you need to get for the key code to get out of that room. One of the things you have to go through is the crawl, which Bub actually did. What was it like in there?
It was a little creepy. I think there was some other people have already went in there before, but they didn't get the number that you needed.
Yeah, they just kind of crawled through.
Yeah, and there was actually doors in there and stuff. So I think if like you're going to be the first one, I think there's actually like doors you have to open up, which would be terrifying because you're kind of under there and you're stuck. But yeah, then like right up above you, they got the conveyor going with like the pigs hanging, the carcasses and all that. So it's very intense down there. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then the next thing is somebody has to freeze, and there's a giant freezer. I didn't go in there. None of us actually did that one, right?
No.
But you go in there and they shut the door, and when the door shuts, a number comes up in there, right?
Yes.
If I had known, I went in there with this expectation that there was actually going to be a bunch of characters in there when they were saying like, oh, people are in there, they're not going to touch you, whatever. I was way more freaked out than I think I needed to be. By the time I got to the second room, I was fine.
The door opened for the whole escape room to start, and it was our tour guide, and Amber ran.
That's true.
You know what? The lights went out, and I jumped up on a bench because I was like, nothing's coming by my ankles.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. She did do that.
That was pretty funny.
And then the next thing is it says somebody needs to go deep. And
No, it was reach.
somebody needs to reach deep, right?
Yep.
And there's a sink over there. And Amber actually was the one that did that one.
I initially did it first.
Ashley did it to
Thank
show
you,
Amber
Ashley.
what happens so that Amber would not jump up on a
Because
bench.
when you stick your hand in there far enough, It makes the sound and the feeling of a garbage disposal turning on.
The feeling, like,
It like vibrates, so you don't know if it's like blades are gonna chop your fingers off at that
that's
point.
terrifying.
It scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you? Because I know you're like
I
a
sat
scared
there
cat.
and pulled my arm in and out of that hole multiple times because I was like, I'm not doing this.
And you
no.
have to reach deep in there.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
deep.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of cheated because
I saw you cheated.
I reached in and I grabbed. There's a chain that's attached to the top of it, which the object is attached to. So I just kind of finger fished the chain up, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the thing I need. It has the number on it. So
It's shit your pants worthy.
yeah.
It is, the theming
Even knowing
is
what
unreal.
it does and sticking your hand in there is still terrifying.
I feel like the first room was definitely the scariest.
Yeah. So then the last thing was I got to do this one. It says, and someone needs to, what was it, go up, or someone needs to raise.
Lift.
Someone needs to lift. So I stood on a platform and hit a button, and it basically vibrates, and then it reveals the number. It was the perfect thing for me to do.
Yeah.
Really was. So then we got our code, we went into the next room. Now the next room was the laser room, right?
Right. That's the one where we had to do all the different puzzles.
I'm going to be honest.
That's
got-
Jigsaw's workshop.
There was that
I got
side
confused
room with
in
the
that room.
swamp, kind of. There's like a small room.
Oh, the small room. Remember where the gate opens and we were all crammed in there
Yeah,
with
you
the
couldn't get
hazmat barrels.
crammed in.
I'll
that
open
small
it
section.
without. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
For
could just skip that one.
And that was the one that we had to figure out the puzzle with the switches, and Amber had 3 of them, and then everybody else had to figure out the order that we had to do to get it to open up the gate.
right.
I try to tell myself that I actually did contribute some stuff to.
Oh, I contributed nothing. It was the perfect. We had the perfect amount of people. I'm not a fan of escape rooms, and this was perfect
Well,
for me
that's
because we had so many people. I was able to just sit back and watch everything, and
I
that
will
was
tell
exactly
you,
what I wanted to do.
So Bub and I did that in October of 2020 when we came out with Jimmy and Eddie for Haunt Trip out to Vegas. And the group that we had then, far more or less capable than the group that we had this group.
Our
felt
group
like our
was
group was
determined.
fantastic.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were
they
like,
were.
when
It
we
was
got
fun.
there, we had a timekeeper. One of the gals was like, we have 2 minutes. We have 1 minute. That was like her job.
So the group of the other 4 people that were with us, they are escape room enthusiasts. They love going to escape rooms and doing escape rooms, and they everywhere they travel.
we were with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was the family of 4 with us, and then it was the couple.
Yeah, that's right.
And the family of 4 are escape room enthusiasts, so they were gung ho, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like crawling in, so they were ready to get dirty.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, as soon as stuff, they were already like grabbing stuff before the instructions were even done.
You have to wait for the instructions.
Yeah,
Like,
they were not waiting. They were like, let's go. Let's get this started. Like before, we'll get to this a little bit later, but when we got to the furnace room,
Oh.
like the person hadn't even started talking, and all of a sudden we were like, okay, well, who's going in there? And somebody was already in there with the door
This
shut.
guy was like, I'm
Getting
going
the
in.
number.
The
Yeah.
guy was. He climbed right on in.
But going back to the room with the
Yeah, back to Jigsaw's workshop. It was
I did not see how you guys got that gate open, and then by the time I got over there, something else happened on the other side, and I was like pissed that I
Okay,
missed
so
it.
the first room where the guy from the couple, he went in and had to control the laser.
right.
Right,
right?
how did he get that open though?
It was just open.
It was open.
Oh,
It was
it's
number
open.
1.
It's number 1, so it's
Oh,
the
okay.
starting spot in
Yeah.
the room. So he went right in there and had to get the laser. And then number 2 I did.
Right,
which
how
was,
did you guys get that door open?
So if you look in the gate on the wall, there's numbers, and you have to put those numbers into the code on the gate, and it unlocks the gate.
Okay.
And all the puzzle pieces are supposed to be in there, but they were not. So the team had to go find the other 4 puzzle pieces and get them to me, which the guy in number 1 got them to me.
Well,
And
okay,
then-
where did they come from? Because I feel like I walked away to look for them, and then all of a sudden you had them all.
He went down where we came in and found them, and she said that they were already supposed to be in there, and they weren't. So I'm guessing that the group before us took them out
Even though it specifically says not to take them out of the room.
of the chamber, right?
Okay.
And so Then when you're in that chamber, you have to take you have 5 pieces, and you have to put each one under a light. And when you have the right piece in the right spot facing the right way, then the light turns green. It's a sensor and it turns green.
Okay.
And then once the sensor's green, you move on to the next one. And you don't have to do them in order. You can do them out of order. So I was just basically randomly, I left the first one in, then I was adding the second piece and then just changing out the third piece. And then it wasn't working. And then I finally got a rotation where the green light was coming on. Then I moved to the next and the next. And then I had to stay in the chamber until the third clue was figured out. And I wasn't a part of that one, so I don't remember that one.
I don't
That
even know
was
what
where
the
we had to move
Oh,
the
the
levers.
lasers.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, it was like
the lasers. That's right. I did help with that one.
blades.
Because
And-
I grabbed it where Amber was holding 2. I grabbed the last one.
So do you guys see what, like, because this was our second time doing it. Do you
Yeah.
see how, like, you could easily do this a second time?
Oh, yeah.
Because there's so much going on in
Yeah.
each room that, you know, and there's so many people that you're probably only going to experience being part of one of the things.
Well, and it's smart because the lasers, they are able to adjust the lasers. If you look at the way they're set up, they're able to change the code for the pieces that go up there. The lasers that one that Amber and I was doing where our hands were in the metal rack to adjust the blades to get the laser to go through, that laser adjusts so it can go through the other set of holes.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the ability to change it up a little bit without changing the whole thing.
Right.
Little things to make it go back and forth so that it gives it variety without too much trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fourth one was there was a
oh, that's the room with the jars.
So
Yeah.
Well, hold on. When we were in Jigsaw's workshop, it is pretty cool because you see Billy come out on the
that's
bike,
the first time you see Billy.
and he that's where Jigsaw kind of explains to you a little bit that's going on in there. But yeah, the next room that we go into is the room from I think it's Saw 5, where there's all the chambers in the wall and the jars on the ceiling with the explosives in it.
Yeah. Shrapnel.
Yeah, and I knew my task right away. We needed people to go in one of the cages, and I'm like, this is where I need to be.
Jay's like, I'm climbing in a cage and I'm gonna just give you the number and I'm good.
So each person had to like get into a cage, because when you shut it, it lights up and shows a number or symbol in there that we needed to get figured out, because on all of the jars above you there's letters, numbers, and all sorts of
You
things.
have to figure out the words out of the jars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how did you figure that out? Because I didn't understand that. I was looking at the jars and I was like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
If you count and you read it and you put it out, so each room had like 9. So that was like 9, then 8. So then you counted the jars, but as you were counting the jars, it would spell out the phrase that you needed, the sentence that you needed.
So like how?
It was almost like it was distorted, but it was one of those where if you
It,
kind
like-
of
If you're a word puzzle person, like a Wordle
you could
person or
kind
something
of
like that,
see the words. It's hard to explain.
So then after that, because then you type in we got the code, we got into the next room.
right?
The next room is the one with the furnace, and like we said, our group was so gung-ho, they didn't even start talking. We didn't hear what Jigsaw said before the guy hopped in there and was like already trying to get stuff.
Everyone else missed it, but our guide that was in there with us, she gets taken away by Pigman.
Yeah, actually, you pointed it out to me.
Oh, I heard
So
her
I-
run out and I was like, the fuck?
No,
No,
he
she
comes in and
comes in,
grabs
grabs
her
her,
and
Grabs
pulls
her,
her back.
takes her back. Yeah, I was glad you showed that to me.
And it's
'cause that was-
crazy because she was, in essence, our little bit of help that they asked us for
Yeah.
in the very beginning. And then they take her out of that room, and that room is, I feel,
The room that you need the most help in.
the hardest room.
Yes.
That is
But-
the hardest room.
I also think it's good, though, because it's a good spot where...
It's for the storyline too, because of what leads into
what
the next
leads into
room.
it.
Right.
So
They had to take her away at some point.
in this room, this was the only room we did not pass.
And it's because we missed.
We missed something. There
We
was
mi-
something.
You,
Yeah,
you
we-
didn't hear her say?
We
I-
found out what it was.
Well, we don't want to give away like too much of it, but there was...
It's not giving much away. We missed a part of something that fell.
Yeah, something dropped, and
Something
we did
dropped.
not
In-
see
in the
it.
small room.
we did not see it.
In
at
the
all.
small room, something fell that we were
No, no,
supposed
no, no.
to use.
No, it was in the other room.
It was in the furnace room where you were at, where you were telling everybody to keep controlling everything with the lights.
It was in there.
I thought it fell in the control.
She said it
fell
was
out of the power box.
Yeah, she
right
said it was
underneath
next to the
So
power
you were-
But
box.
that's why I was saying I don't think it fell because I was looking all around on that wall on the floor. Nothing fell.
It's a tube that just pops down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well-
was supposed to have fallen and it didn't. I didn't see anything.
Well,
or
I think
grabbed
maybe it
something.
fell and nobody saw it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I was
everybody
over
was
there
punching
touching
in.
the wall and
Everybody
all
was
that
punching
shit.
in the codes, and I think that just kind of got missed. Anyways, this is the room that we missed.
Well, the family of 4 he literally climbed in the furnace and she was punching in codes on both doors before we even knew what was going on.
We went with the Rain Men of solving these things. They were like on fire, man. Like
Yeah.
it was our team was impressive. Like, move over, A team. We got this.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to stand in the back and
But
watch it
we
all
didn't
happen.
get
I
that
can
room.
do that. That room was the one that we missed. So then after that, you still, just so everybody knows, if you fail, you still get to move forward, which I thought was great because you get to be a part of the story continuing.
Yeah.
Then you get to the last room, which is the classic Saw bathroom scene, and your tour guide is now shackled to the toilet or the bar,
The pipe, yeah.
and
You have to figure out the clues in that room to open a god-awful vintage military grade safe that
Right.
is very temperamental.
yeah, and this one was cool. I thought this one out of all of them needed the most teamwork,
Yeah.
and
God, yeah.
it's a good way to end it, and
Where did you get the clue for the opening of the safe?
that was
okay. So yeah, we will talk about this one. There was like a two-way mirror basically that they give you like the thing that clogs the tub, but there's like a magnet on the other end. And
Drain stop.
Yeah, drain stop. And whoever's on the one side, there's a ball with like basically a maze on the other side.
And the one person has to guide the person holding the tub stop through the maze,
Yes.
through the puzzle, and you have to. So, like, my right was actually his left. So you
Right.
have to be able to figure that out to make that work. It actually took 3 of us to make that one work.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't help when you got people in the room too, or yelling
yeah.
and saying like other things about
I thought-
whatever else is going on in that room. So it's like you're kind of like, oh crap.
I did feel like you focused pretty well, and Ashley was speaking to you using the same like words so that you could focus on those words. It was just up, stop, down, left, right. She was keeping it very much like that, so you were
What
able to
messed
just.
me up was diagonal.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But it's like a diagonal. Like, I mean, that's
I started
literally,
going over there and doing stuff with my hands.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
helped. Well, because we ran it the whole wrong way.
I know we went the wrong way.
We were already.
It was like halfway there, and we
No, it was
went-
like 3/4 of the way there because Jay comes back and he goes, "This is where we started," and I go, "We went the whole wrong."
Yeah, when we got about halfway, I go, "This is where it was at."
Yeah.
So then, guys, we made it out with 15 seconds left
In the last room.
on the last room. Wow. And the doors open, and Pig Face is there with the taser.
No, as soon as you open the door she tells you to get out, get out, get out. As soon as you walk out, he comes at you,
Yeah.
and I screamed and ran the other way because he scared the shit out of
Dude, the
me.
couple was like front and center, and
Yeah.
they got hammered.
I was
got
looking
drilled.
for Amber when we went through there, and I think she ran. Like, she was gone.
I moved pretty quickly
But
because
see,
that guy had
so-
a freaking snappy taser
Snappy
stick
snaps.
thing.
Yeah.
Snappy
So
snaps.
Bub and I did that when we went the first time, and
I completely forgot about that.
we didn't. Well, we didn't make it out of the room,
Yeah.
so he didn't come out. We never got to see him last time.
Oh,
So that's why it scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it scared the shit out of me because you're all, yeah, we did it, let's go, da da da. And then it's like, boom, drilled.
So then what happens to your tour guide if you don't
They
make it out?
still are locked in.
They're
And you
locked
have
in
to get
and
out?
you have to exit.
Yeah, the door, like basically all the lights go off, and she like starts screaming and going crazy, and then the door opens and you run out, and then the door shuts behind you with
Yeah.
her still in.
And then once you're finished and you walk into the store, because this is where it leads you into the store,
Right.
very Disney-esque. Then the tour guide would come back later while you were in the store and talk to you. And then we talked to the crew, and she pulled us together and asked us if we had any questions about any of the rooms, and then we talked about that. That's when we found out about that piece that popped down. And then they tell you, like, hey, this is how you did amongst other people that come in.
We were the only ones to get the safe open.
Yep.
Yeah, our tour guide had died all day. So shout out to our tour guide. I didn't catch her name.
Her character name is Bailey,
Right.
and her actual name is Deja.
Deja. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so
And-
shout out to her.
Deja was fantastic.
Yes.
Very informative, but very quiet. So
Yeah,
you
I
have
like
to
that.
listen to her. And I was really glad that the couple was like around her all the time, because she would tell you something and then they would get it like, hey, she's saying something, you guys, let's pay attention.
Yeah, so what did you guys think? You recommend this?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
And this is my second time doing it.
Amber.
Still, yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for sure.
That was awesome.
Bub?
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Second time doing it. Still recommend it. In fact, I would still even be down to do it a third time.
Amen.
No problem.
Yeah.
I would do it a third time.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 as well. The theming is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. It's next level.
And I very much so want to do the It one.
Oh, yeah, they informed us that in September, October timeframe, an It one is coming.
Yep.
Halloween gal will not be going to the It one. No. I'm out. Y'all can go. I will sit in the car and wait for you for an hour.
I think with how well the theming is done is part of the reason why I see the Blair Witch one and cringe.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
That was
I'm
freaking
just
me out
like-
a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Like I don't
I
know
will
what
say
they're
I'm
capable of.
really glad we didn't buy the combo ticket, because I would have felt obligated to fulfill the need for the money that we spent, and I think I would have shit my pants, because the cringiness of that, just the noise coming from there and the feel walking into that one, I don't feel like I could pull myself to do it.
I want to do it, but I think it's like I'm gonna have to like
We need some time.
mentally prepare
we
for
need
that.
time to prep for that
Jay
one.
might need a drink for that one.
I
Yeah.
might need a drink for that one.
Which we'll wait for that pizza place next door to open with their themed drinks.
Yeah, with their
And
themed
then-
drinks.
Then we can probably.
Well, it's yeah. And the It one's going to be about 5 miles from this one, and when she said it's in a 30,000 square foot building.
Yes.
No, I can't do 30,000 square feet of It.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, we'll see you real soon.